try it again if possible.
Go for it. Top support.
Okay, I think it's live
Um,
now. I think we're live on YouTube. So if we are now live on YouTube, I apologize. The internet cut out. We're trying to get the stream back up, but I think we're back up now. What were you saying, Taylor?
oh, I was just saying we did not. Somebody asked in the chat if we know what if I know what the theme song will be or if there's a new theme song. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. If there is, I haven't heard it. If there isn't, then my best bet is just the title card and like the end little guitar riff that we usually hear on Big Brother.
Mm.
Um, but that just gives us more time to actually talk about the game and the show. So I'm fine with that.
can can you request like an old school Big Brother jingle?
You know, they might be willing as long as there's not some weird copyright whatever.
There probably is, to be honest.
There probably is, but we'll ask for some throwbacks. Again, they're open to so many things. I think it'd be
Mm.
cool.
What about the janky song? Yeah, that's being suggested.
Maybe we'll have Julie jump in and sing. That's her song. That's her jam.
Could you imagine the opening credits is Julie singing the janky song?
She'll have the biggest smile in the world. I will never forget the grin that she had singing that on finale night last year. Yeah. I was like, you go, Glen Coco, you sing that song. Copyright
Oh,
issues against themselves. I could see it. There's like,
oh, it
maybe they
happens.
bought that song for
Yeah,
X amount of time and then they can't use it again. It's fully possible.
that's what happened to Scrubs. Is that they couldn't even they couldn't air the episodes on Netflix with the original soundtrack because they didn't have the rights to it still, so they had to change the songs for that show
Wow.
on streaming.
Interesting.
Yeah. They are asking how early in the week are they filmed. I don't know if you can say that.
I mean, the show's announced, and I'm definitely gonna be posting behind the scenes stuff the day of. So we film on Thursday,
Okay.
right after the eviction. So it's gonna be a late night for the entire cast and crew on
Hmm.
set, but I mean, worth it. We want to get you really fresh content turned over the next day. So I think that's when I was really, really on board. I was like, okay, we're getting very, very fresh information. Something Derek and I are really pushing for. I don't know if they'll have like the turnover or enough staff to do it, but I think it would be really cool to be able to give you guys clips from what's happening when the feeds go down before the live eviction happens. Like, are there
Ooh.
conversations that change anything at that point? And maybe there's absolutely nothing that happens, but again, we really, really, really want to try to give you guys things that you haven't seen or haven't had access to. So I just want everyone to know that like we aren't just showing up and collecting a check and saying corny lines that somebody else wrote for us. A lot of this is extemporaneous speaking. A lot of this is just us jabbing each other and having fun talking about the game. And we're really, really pushing to make this not just a bi-weekly thing this year, but a weekly thing next year and like something everyone will take away some real value with.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, that's like that's some BB-21 Day 44 satellite leak stuff you're
That
talking
is
about.
exactly what I referenced. I was like, remember
you refer.
BB-21.
I was gonna say I don't think they like that reference though.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. Are we talking about when, who was going home? When Jessica was freaking out or somebody was freaking out? Who's that? Christy, the blonde girl?
Chris,
When she started crying?
I mean, it was the whole thing. The thing I'm referencing is that we got leaked footage from like Julie setting up and like the stuff from when the feeds were down pre live show.
Oh, that
Um,
is not what I'm talking about. But I was talking about that episode where the house was basically exploding and Julie on the live show was like, "This is basically happening right now. This
I
happened right before the show
I mean,
started."
that probably was the same episode. I think that we just additionally, because so basically, I'll give you the lore. There was this
Yeah, please.
person that came out and said, "Yeah, for years, I have found this like loophole in their satellite broadcast that allows me to view all of the footage that they have, like setting up for the live show and the live feeds, like
Wow.
leading into the live show." Um, and it even showed like Julie like talking candidly with like in front of the camera about like, yeah, what are they doing in there, stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, I've had this stuff for years, I've just been like tapping
What?
into it, but I'm gonna dump this footage on down for you guys because this one in particular is wild. And so that's how we watched a lot of that stuff. And then that person disappeared off the face of the earth, I assume.
Ooh. Oh no. Yikes.
Their accounts are all deleted.
They hit the in case of emergency red button.
Mm,
Self-imploded. I hope they're
mm.
in a bunker safely somewhere.
Yeah, that's I assume that loophole was patched, but I was gonna say like you
Their
know.
sacrifice wasn't in vain. Well, that is not what I was referencing, but that is I love the lore. I remember, I was talking to Mike Bloom not long ago, and, we were just referencing the Big Brother iceberg, and I just
Oh.
remembered, I was like, "You know, there is a time where I knew absolutely none of these points in my life,
Mm.
and sometimes I miss that version of myself, but I'm too far in now.
Hmm.
The only way out is through."
Listen, it's everyone's gotta have a full iceberg somewhere here or there.
I am keeping my eye on the chat though, so I'm open to your questions and your
Yeah,
inquiries,
yeah,
everyone.
honestly, the chat, like, send in questions, and the more questions you have in chat, the better, because you'll allow Taylor to like read the ones that she can answer and maybe skip the ones that she can't,
That's helpful.
as opposed to me directly asking and then having to be like, I don't know if you can answer this one. So yeah, just feel free to pick and choose any questions that you see in the chats. Um, but oh yeah, that's a
Sorry,
good
can you hear
question.
me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect.
Do you also see the YouTube chat or just
Just the
Twitch?
Twitch chat. I can open up the YouTube chat though.
Look at that. Not
Wonder
neglecting
what
YouTube.
happened. Oh, never. Sometimes I jump in on the YouTube instead.
Hmm. Yeah, Steph makes a good point as well. Don't spam the questions. There's a good chance she'll see them if you post them. You don't need to repeat them. Very likely. Um,
Okie dokie. And I hope you all don't mind me talking to the chat, not you, Taran, but I hope you all don't mind me jumping in here and hijacking Taran's sacred space.
I can't imagine anybody. I can't imagine a single soul viewing this right now is like, man, I really wish Taylor hadn't joined in this stream about Taylor's show.
No, I could see it. She just makes everything all about herself. She is a narcissist. You know what? You know what? She is so not self-aware. That Taylor, she just, ooh, man.
Listen, but we already know Daniel is thinking those things.
All righty. Let's see. Okay, I'm going up to the top of the Twitch chat because that one's moving faster.
Mhm.
Did you say that you saw one that you really liked?
I did see somebody ask if there's a live audience, if you want to
There is
potentially.
not a live audience, but there
Mm.
were a few moments where I made a joke and then I looked around and I thought, I think we need a live audience for that. Because the jokes hit, and then you get one person in production that's like uh, sympathy clapping, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, all right. Great.
That makes me think
His,
of Arissa for BB Can during COVID was just crushing live shows with no audience.
oh,
Yeah.
that's tough. That's real tough.
She was so
But
good
good for
at
her.
it
She's a
though.
professional. I know
Yeah.
she is. I would love to see her back on our screens in some capacity hosting, but I don't know what that looks like. But whatever she does, I'm on
Hmm.
board. Here's will they allow you to mention the HOH? I don't imagine because well, one, we don't if there's a live HOH, then we'll know. And that
Hmm.
won't ruin the Friday episode that we're doing or the one that'll air on Sunday. Um, but if we don't do a live HOH, I don't imagine that that's something we'll be talking about. Because The episode viewers are very, very particular about their spoilers. I'm not sure if you all know, but I've been recapping the season over on the Bachelor Party podcast on Spotify, and I got a nice little wave of frustration from their viewers because it's a new Big Brother audience. They're just now getting into
Mm.
the show. I mentioned the HOH. They were not happy that I spoiled that. So I
Oh
got the
boy.
wave of, how dare you spoil this show?
Oh
How dare
no.
you? It's fine. That's on me. I have to be more mindful when I'm introducing new people to the show. Like, oh, that's right. I can't just talk like everyone's a live feeder.
Did you give a spoiler warning?
I did not.
Mm.
Yeah, see, I was because it was Friday. We record Friday mornings.
Hmm.
And at that point, I had just finished interviewing Zay. That was a crazy day. I was interviewing Zay from the Radford studio lot at 7 in the morning, but doing it on Zoom in a different room. And then we had to go and do the dress rehearsal.
That's funny.
So that was a very funny thing. But I'm in the mindset of, okay, great. I just interviewed the evicted person. I just revealed to Zay who is HOH. And now let me go record this podcast. And oh, oops, my bad.
Mm.
Now they're yelling at me.
It is weird. Like
Okay, someone over
even
here.
like
Go ahead. No, go ahead, please.
I'm doing like I'm constantly talking like in real time about the show, and then I'll get on an episode recap like on a Wednesday, and it'll be like, okay, for the next 45 minutes, I need to like uh go back in time like 4 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too much. You know too much. But you do also have the luxury of doing the spoilers at the end of the episodes, which is
Yes.
nice. And maybe we'll incorporate that, but I don't want to be an RHAP ripoff.
Listen, take the good ideas.
Someone over here I saw asked what it's been like working with Derek. It's really funny. Friday was the first time I've ever met Derek in person. And the
Mm.
only other time that I've spoken to him, yeah, we really don't interact on social or anything either. He's an old man. Okay. But he really isn't on social like that outside of a tweet here and there. But the only other time I spoke to him was on my finale night being interviewed on his podcast. So I told him this, but I actually went back when we finally learned that we were the two people hosting.
Mhm.
They tried to keep it secret for a while. They tried to not tell us who the other host was for a long time,
Tell the
which
two
is
of
a
you.
decision. Yes, correct. And I had my assumptions, of course, but I don't know for sure. But I did go back and just watch countless, countless, countless episodes of the podcast so I could get familiar with Derek and his interview style. And then when they finally told us officially, it was the two of us. We just started texting every day. We call every day. Um, we had a long day last time, but we're gonna get dinner this time to just kind of feel out the vibe and our flow and how we talk. But it's really, really great energy between the two of us. And I think that's what's so funny about the internet's reaction to Derek hosting and Taylor hosting. We
Mm.
represent two very different sides of the Big Brother fandom, but
Mhm.
he and I get along really, really, really well. Like we joke very similar ways, we
I mean, you're
laugh in very
both
similar
Big Brother
ways.
winners. Is that super surprising?
Yeah. What?
Respected Big Brother winners are
Yeah. We're
easily sociable.
And we're exactly. I think that's we've talked about this before, Taran, but like
Mm.
Big Brother winners have that in common. When you meet a Big Brother winner, you very quickly see, oh, like you're very charming and you're very likable and you're very easy to get along with. So, we might not all have the same backgrounds or ideas, but you can see that charisma just jump out immediately.
Mhm.
And so it's been awesome. That's a very long-winded way to say Derek and I get along really well. Half of the show is us just ribbing the hell out of each other. It's questioning each other's ways on how we interpret the game, and that's fun. Like you don't want to watch a
Yes.
TV show where everyone just agrees with each other, but like we get to have fun with it. It's not two people that hate each other being like, I hate how you look at the game and I don't like how you won. Like we respect each other. We acknowledge we have different styles of gameplay and we respect the styles of gameplay. And like we're having a really, really good time. I'm like, you guys are gonna really enjoy it. I can't stop smiling.
I love that. I love the idea of like, especially like the official show, like having space for two people like arguing with each other.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
there were points when we weren't arguing enough. And so we would just kind of move on to another
Yeah.
topic and they'd be like, no, like, hey, have you ever seen Inside NBA? Like you really give it to each other, like
Mm.
mock each other, have some fun with it. And once I feel like it's one thing to know that's kind of the angle, but then when you really get that permission, then we were really having a lot of fun with it.
Did you watch The Rehearsal season 2 at all?
No, what is
It's
that?
Nathan Fielder, who, if you've never heard of Nathan Fielder, this is going to be very hard to describe. But basically, he had a whole season based around the idea of like co-pilots who are afraid to disagree with each other,
Oh
being
gosh.
being bad for airline safety. And I'm making this sound way more serious than it is. He is a ridiculous comedian.
Okay.
But so one of his sort of joke suggestions for trying to fix this is like, chat, you might need to help me out with the names, but it was like captain receptive to feedback and like co-pilot assertiveness, like captain all ears. Yes, it was captain all ears. And yeah, like co-pilot Blunt, Officer Blunt, and they it was like, this is gonna help people feel more comfortable disagreeing and like speaking up if they feel a certain way. That just came to my mind when you're like, yeah, we needed to feel more comfortable disagreeing.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Like you have that, hey, we want it to be in this style, and then you say the words and you get into a little bit of a flow, but when you really they tell you to like let that guard down,
Hmm.
it's so much fun.
Yeah, I,
Go ahead.
I think it's like I experienced this in podcasting, but also like if we're playing like Blood on the Clock Tower or something, it's like if I don't know the person super well, it's harder to like comfortably get into that space where you're able to like riff off of each other in a playful way, because it's like I don't know
Mhm.
if I know you well enough to
Yes.
to disagree with
Like,
you
can
like
I make
that.
this joke or can I disagree with you? Is it gonna land well?
Hmm.
But I mean, we all want a really good product here, and it's been fun, like a lot of fun. Um, Someone over here said, "Would you guys in YouTube? Shout out to YouTube. Would you guys consider having a spoiler section talking about things on the feeds that haven't happened on the show yet, despite casuals maybe not being used to it?" That is a good idea. I don't know. I don't know how the network's gonna feel about it, but I'll ask at the very least.
Well, I mean, given that you're recording Thursdays, there's likely not going to be a lot of like new things to spoil yet, I would imagine.
I mean, I don't
Um,
even think the feeds will be on by the time we start
right.
recording.
Like there's a good chance there's not even like an HOH crowned, I guess, depending on when you start.
Yeah.
Um, so like when, for instance, like when we do the Thursday recaps, we don't usually do a spoiler section because there's nothing really new to spoil. But what we will do is sort of explain, here are some of the important bits of context that you might have missed through the week that you weren't in the
Mhm.
episodes that contributed to this result that you ended up seeing. Or like, it's like, oh, like how close was this vote really? Well, wouldn't you know it? It was just yesterday that Riley flipped his vote, and then before that, it was super up in the air. You know, like stuff like that. I think,
And that is exactly more
yeah.
of the idea of what we're looking to do. Like, how are we gonna pull things that and yes, the feeders will know this, but okay, now it's important for the casuals to understand, hey, this is actually a lot like, hey, Keanu was actually way closer to actually being on the block than you think. And
Yeah.
I think part of that is maybe some of the weeks. Mind you, there's only 5 episodes that we're doing this.
Hmm.
So I don't know who the special guests are every week. They are withholding that information from us because they want our natural reaction on the camera.
Oh boy.
I don't
Hey,
know how much I agree with that. Yeah, I don't know that I agree with that.
I
I
I love
like,
this
what if I
idea
don't know who it is?
of like them acting like this is like an all-star cast where they have to keep you from pre-gaming or something. Like we need to not let them know who their co-host is.
I know.
Like,
Part of me wonders, it's like, well, do you have everybody confirmed or so?
yeah.
But also, I think we're getting more than BB alum. I think we're getting like auxiliary BB people or people that just love Big Brother. So I am excited about that. But I say all that to say it'll be a cool moment if we show someone who let's pretend Rihanna comes on the show. She's like, "Oh my god, I watch the
Mhm.
show all the time. I used to watch the live feeds. I don't watch them anymore. Keanu's amazing." And then we're like, okay. Well, here's Keanu in a fight with Rachel."
This is exactly what I was saying earlier.
Oh,
This is,
really?
yeah, literally to the detail of I was saying,
That's
what if
hilarious.
you had on a casual fan that was a fan of Keanu? Uh,
No way.
yeah.
But that's I mean, that's exactly what it is, right? We'll have but it's not the moment of here is the moment of you thinking Keanu is amazing. It's getting that person's reaction, like that
Hmm.
clippable moment that you can put online and make the show not just relevant to fans of Big Brother, but relevant to pop culture. Or,
Yeah.
instead of just talking about, oh, well, what did you think of this moment that you might not have seen on TV? And me and Derek talking about it. Maybe we say, hey, all right, Keanu, Zay, Zach, are those all the big guys? Am I missing any of them? Like the athletic guys?
Um, I think so.
Okay,
That's all of
Keanu,
them.
Zay, Zach. 100 men versus one gorilla. Which of these three people do you think are going to sign up? Like, were you part of that conversation, Taran? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
Oh boy. Okay. So a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, you look so confused. There was a very popular discussion, argument, debate online of 100 men versus one, was it silverback gorilla?
Hmm.
And would the 100 men beat the gorilla, or would the gorilla beat all of the men? And this went on not just on Twitter, not just on TikTok. This was on your local news. It was on ESPN. It was on all these hot take shows, all these clippable shows debating who would beat who. That's like a dumb conversation, but it is relevant. We can make it relevant to Big Brother and then throw that up on TikTok, let it be part of the
Mm.
online discourse. So it doesn't all have to be so insular to Big Brother. Like Big Brother once was so much of pop culture. And I think
Hmm.
there's a way to use this show as a tool to infuse them back together because I feel like, I mean, I think everybody on the stream knows when Big Brother reached out to me. Well, I guess technically Amazing Race first. When I got contacted for casting, I was like, "Oh, that thing still exists." I know
Yeah.
it used to be on, but you can't go a day without hearing about Love Island. And before this season, I hadn't even watched Love Island like that. Right?
Hmm.
Everyone knows it's water cooler conversation, and I think we can do this again. Maybe we will do the Coldplay couple move. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I say this all the time that like the show has so much footage that it just doesn't use. That just like and even now, like with the lack of flashbacks, like there's even less clips of Big Brother Online now. And it's like I just feel like they're not doing enough with it. And I think with the success of Love Island recently, it's like clearly this, and I don't remember the exact term for it, but like the idea of there being an episode every day, the idea of being like a ton of content of a particular thing is still something that's working really well in the sort of modern era of reality. And if they leaned into that more, when they should own that space. Like they have 24-hour live feeds. But I think that they don't always lean in as much as they should. So
No, and I've had the luxury. I almost sound like I'm just so grateful to CBS and the network. But like really
careful
now
of the
that
word
I've met so
grateful.
many people, oh yeah, right. Yeah, let me not jinx myself, please. But truly, like when you do meet the people on the other side of the wall, or excuse me, when you meet the people behind the mirror.
Ooh. Well, let me just put that back up on the screen.
Grab that book. But when you do meet the people on the other side of the wall, it's like, okay, you all saw so much of what was happening. And not just that, but like you were responsible for staying up all night, manning the cameras, making the decisions on what airs, what doesn't air. There's a whole team of people that put this episode together in X amount of time, like all these things, right? So I have truly, truly, while I have my like production needs to be doing this or that, moments. I do have a lot of respect and reverence for the people on the other
Mhm.
side. And so I think about how many people it takes to put this show together 3 times, I now 4 times a week. There needs to be an entirely new team spun up to, let's just say, get clippable content.
Mhm.
And, like, the social media team has been amazing. They are crushing it online right now. But what we are looking for, like, that constant feed of clips and moments that will blow Big Brother up because the potential is there. That needs to have its own dedicated team that they just don't have right now. And, if we gotta sacrifice that team to have BB Unlocked, I'm fine with that for now. In the meantime, because I want that. Selfishly, it benefits me. This is
Mm.
something I wanted to do my entire life, hosting a TV show, and I get to do it on one of the largest network television channels in all of America. That is crazy.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
because of an Instagram DM.
I mean, like, I think, I mean, listen, at least the way I look at it, it's like, oh, it's so cool. Taylor gets to, host this like Big Brother thing. But like, if we stop and like remove ourselves from this little Big Brother bubble for a moment, like you are hosting a show on CBS that is going to air on CBS that is just, it's just a show. Like, it's just like any other show. Like you're hosting a show.
What the hell?
That's so cool.
It's crazy. It is crazy. It's really, really crazy. And I think I had that moment maybe a week ago. Because yeah, I was very much in the Big Brother bubble of like, yeah, I'm co-hosting a Big Brother show, and yeah, I'm doing Big Brother stuff. And Big Brother in summertime, it's every 5 words, 2 of them are Big Brother that I
Mhm.
say. And it's, I'm sure you understand, so easy to get lost in this bubble of Big Brother. But when you do take a step back, now I'm like, oh no, this is a TV show that I am co-hosting with another winner, and like there's gonna be a promo for this every week. It's 5 weeks, but there's a promo for this on national network. This is a very, very cool thing. So I'm just happy and grateful and blah 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 me yay yay yay.
Well, I'm very happy for you, Taylor. I'm so excited.
Oh, thank you. And I'm happy for you.
Thank
Your
you.
book, I will tell everyone this. I don't think I've said this out loud or had the chance to. Well, first, I need to get you a blurb
Yeah,
before tomorrow. I'm on a deadline.
she has a deadline.
I've read the book. I have a deadline. I've read the book cover to cover 2 times now. It
2
is,
times.
yeah, well, I read the, I mean, we'll go all the way behind the scenes now. Taran texted me the digital PDF version,
Mm.
and I read it
Oh, so you
through on
yeah.
my phone. Yeah, I did cover to cover, that counts.
No,
Uh,
I
so
it made sense that you got the physical copy and then I yeah.
yes, and then I got the physical copy, and I read that all the way through, and I learned a lot, and I'm saying this as someone who did a lot of research on Big Brother before going on. There's still a lot of lore that I don't know, there's a lot of nuances and information and seasons that I skipped over that, I've been told, "Oh, don't watch that season." I learned a lot about those seasons and the larger implications. Um, it's a smart book, it's an informative book, it's not a book where you're gonna get the gossip and the tea. Like, if you're looking for that, go on Twitter, like, go on the depths of Reddit or whatever off-brand forums are out there. Like, this is not where you're getting that. This is a book that takes Big Brother and comments on society, and it's beautifully written. I cannot emphasize how beautifully written it is. It's like you took a needle and the finest thread and you intricately wove a a clear, masterful through line on how this reality TV show has real impact on our lives. It is so good, and it also has emotion and wit and humor, and by the last 3 chapters, you will be in tears, and, like, happy tears. You will cry for the state of this game. You'll be optimistic. You'll feel the weight of, like, the real weight that us Big Brother fans have trying to explain, why does this matter? to me, to other people, why does this community exist, you will have that in such a clear form that you can literally just take this book and slide it over and be like, talk to me in 3 days. And also, it's a 400-page book. It's a quick read. Like, I was surprised how quick it is. So I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Not just selfishly, like all the things that I have felt about Big Brother without before meeting Taran, after meeting Taran, all the kind things that he says about me, blah, blah, blah. Fuck anything that you might have to say, think about me. This is truly about Big Brother. It is a good book. So go buy it.
I can't even respond to that. Thank you.
Oh.
I need to get better at knowing how to respond to. I mean, that wasn't even a compliment. That was just like, thank you, Taylor.
Yeah, no, and I mean that. And here's my pageant trick on how to say thank you. Just say thank you, and then you could also say you're so kind. Accepting compliments. This is for women. Now I'm doing my finale speech. Shit, here we go. For the women. But for everybody, a lot of women are told like you have to take a compliment and then give it right back. You
Mm,
got to be okay with just saying that's so kind of you. Thank you. And
mhm.
that is my advice to you, Taryn.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Well done. Round of applause. I do see a lot of other really good questions in here about the show. Some I can't answer, even though I really want to. But the good thing is you only have 3 days. Hey, relax, dog. You only have 3 days to get your answers. But I've said all I can say, and thank you everyone for the support. Thank you, Taryn, for the support. Thanks for letting me hijack this time a little bit, and I'll let you get back to your people.
Well, of course, thank you so much for jumping on. I'm sure this was very exciting for me. I'm sure it's very exciting for everyone else to hear a little bit more about the show. I'm very excited to watch it. Of course, I'll be streaming when it's on, so we'll all watch it together and you know see what it's all
Yeah,
about.
actually, question for you. Do you have any plans to recap this show?
Well, I was telling the chat earlier. So when I first heard of the show, like instantly, like Sam and Rob were like, "So what are we going to cover the show?" Because of course our first thought was like, "This is going to be a recap of the recap um, style thing." And so I came up with an idea for what we should do as a podcast for it. So there will be a podcast for it. I don't know if we've announced it yet. If we haven't, I think we will soon. But the plan is not for me to be on the podcast, but we will have a podcast, and so I'll be streaming during it, and then we will have uh, a podcast that will be related
Podcasted.
to.
Thank God. I'm like less hours for Taryn. Like, pull you out of the dungeon, throw you back in, get some water and bread.
Yeah, and because I mean we didn't even know, and I still actually don't know like exactly like if you, because like can you recap Sports Center, you know what I mean, like I don't even know if what there would be to necessarily recap. Maybe there's like new information, maybe there's some very interesting stuff we can do. Maybe I'll be recapping some of the info you give us on the update the following morning, quite frankly.
Maybe that potentially. Again, I can put in my 2 cents on what I can ask like, "Oh, was there anything interesting happening when the feeds went down before the eviction?" But
Hmm.
I won't know going into the show
Yeah.
what those clips are. And so maybe there'll be something interesting, maybe there'll be something funny that we laugh at and mock, and maybe that podcast, the the recap of Big Brother Sports Center will be what do these people do on Snapchat or TikTok? Like a reaction video more than anything. So
Mm.
there's plenty out there. A lot of people asking if Derek and I live in LA. I've lived in LA for like over a year now, but Derek will be flying out for all the episodes.
Yeah.
So we're having a good time.
That's commitment right there. That's
Yeah.
it's a lot of back and forth. That's a whole coast to coast situation.
It is, it is. He's really committed to it, which is I think you'll be able to see a lot of the heart that we put into this, both of us.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again, Taylor. This is again very exciting. It's so cool. I really wish you all the best. I really hope it does well, and I hope it's good. I hope people like it. And I'm
And
excited
if
to
you don't
watch it.
like it, tell me more. Tell me what you don't like about it. Chat, Taran, let me know, and we'll make it even better. That's what we're all part of it for. So thank you. I'm gonna go. You guys have fun.
All right. Thanks again.
Bye.
All right. That was Taylor. Look at that. Uh, who knew? Who knew this would be such an informative stream? We were just gonna talk about the show, and we heard it from Taylor herself. I mean, genuinely, I mean, on like the coolest part to me is how open they seem to feedback, and the fact that again, obviously, like Taylor's like here, uh, you know, looking at the feedback, listening to the feedback. So like that, it's just so interesting to think that it might air on Friday, and we have thoughts, and then they might like adjust via those thoughts, right? Like they might be like, oh, this did really well, this isn't doing really well, maybe let's try to incorporate this idea. Like that's super cool. Not enough, I think, shows generally do that. um Derek has spontaneously I don't know how many people were there for it back in the day. I think it was BB 21. Derek just like hopped on a round table one day, and we chatted. Yeah, those were good times. um Kathy asked, why do I not I like Derek. Listen, I'm a Derek fan. And I don't think I think listen, he also has lots of Derek fans out there. I think that there are like segments of the fan base that are not Derek fans, either because of his gameplay or because of the whole like pre-gaming stuff. I very famously was like person that said I think the pre-gaming thing is a bit overblown. And I also, and this is in the book too, like I at the time that Derek played, I was really fascinated with the way that the format was being broken. I think in hindsight, like it did get to be a bit too much over time, but I don't think that's something I would blame Derek for. And I also did a Taran Show interview with him that I thought was very good. So yeah, like I said, I think that he has a lot of experience with this sort of thing. I think he's a really smart guy, and I think him and Taylor together will be a really good like combo, a good mixture. Especially this idea of them like being willing to like poke at each other. I think that's perfect, because I do think they are two very good representations of very different things, strategically and for the game and all of that. So yeah, this fun stuff. Fun stuff. Do I still? I haven't done a Taran show in a couple years now. I did a second wave of them a little while back, but I haven't done many since. I think that like the thing about the Taran show is that when I did the Taran show originally, um, the point of it was to have an outlet for players to get to know players in a context that wasn't the show. And it was really successful in that regard. Like it was people did seem to really like the podcast. But I think nowadays, I mean, I think it could still exist and it could be fun, but like this is how like old it is at this point. But like Nowadays, I don't think that's as needed. I think that like everyone that comes off the show um, has their own outlet to, whether it's a podcast of their own or, their Instagram or social media account. Like people are a lot more accessible now than they were before. And so I don't think it's as necessary to have uh me do a podcast where it's like I'm gonna provide you an outlet um to get to know these people. Uh but it's still very I liked the idea purely for selfish reasons, just as an excuse to talk to people that I thought were interesting. Um but is there going to be an online version of the book or only physical copies? There are ebooks available. The Derek Taran show, none of the Taran shows were YouTube. They were all audio only. And that was primarily designed so that it just to allow people to feel a little more. Again, back in the day, video a little less. I feel like it's weird to say this, but like the Taran show is, I think, like 8 years old, something like that, close to 8 years old. And when I started it, the idea of being on video was not quite as prevalent. And so having it not be on video is just a way to help make people feel more comfortable because it was already such a sort of intimate and like personal kind of space. And so they didn't have to be on video. It wasn't live. So, if we ever went anywhere that somebody didn't want to go, we could always edit it out. Like, that was always kind of the idea. You haven't been able to listen to it off the website. The feed is still up. Anywhere you get a podcast, I believe you can still probably find them there. Yes, that was extremely nice of Taylor. I nearly lost it about midway through. Because Taylor is a person that I was am getting a blurb from. She was one of the first people that like gave me any feedback on the book outside of like my agent, my editors, and stuff. And so, like her immediate feedback of like, because obviously like the main thing you can guess this, I wrote about Taylor. And when you write about somebody, you really want to make sure you get it right. You really want to make sure that like if you write about someone, like I'm telling her story, but I'm using her story to also tell my own story. And so you really want to make sure that like you hit the right things, And so let me tell you, it's super nerve-wracking to hand off a thing that I wrote this and this part's about you. I have had some people outside of the Big Brother sphere reading the book, which has been very cool. And so far, it's been good. We've been like chatting about some of the things in the book, and they've found it very interesting. In fact, I mean, quite frankly, many of the people at the publisher, were either only very loosely Big Brother fans or not Big Brother fans at all. And so they found it very interesting to like dive into some of the parts of the book. So it's been cool. It's been cool. And Taylor has been, I can't even express it. I mean, I'm sure I'll talk about it more in the future, but like you guys saw it. Like I don't think I'd ever be able to properly explain to you like how meaningful Taylor, how like supportive she's been of me. But luckily, you just got to see it, so now you know. Now you understand. um. So yeah, fun stream. I do need to wrap up soon though. Um, but thank you for joining. Um, I will. It kind of sucks that the YouTube version of this got chopped in half. But I will do my best to try to I guess name them properly and maybe thumbnail them. Um, Most of the Taylor stuff was in the second part, right? I guess we did do a fair amount in the first part too, though. Um, yeah, you can check it out if you missed it. Um, I don't think much was going on in the feeds. I was keeping an eye out, but I wasn't seeing much. DM me about thumbnails. My thought on thumbnails, Steph, to just say it out loud right now, is I really and actually I could get feedback from you guys in the chat, maybe especially the YouTube chat, but like um I feel like if I had the time, what I would do is just like take a screenshot from the episode and then put my face on it like I have for some of the other videos. Because I feel like that's like a good, like, you know what I'm doing if you have something like that. But then with the live feeds, I feel like it would be like a quad view with my face on it in the little bubble. Um, Maybe that's too repetitive, but also I feel like it's just good descriptive thumbnail of what it is. That's mostly why I've been fine with it, just like being the same one over and over, because it's like it's close enough. But I think we've definitely done a little too much of the same. I've probably like five, more than that. How many? I probably have like 10 different streams in a row with all the same thumbnail. Um, but maybe we'll let people know that like this is essentially a Q&A with Taylor in this video, so that people know what they're getting. Um. Anyway, I also just finished because it's the same. Basically, that format of me in the bubble is what I do for like the Patreon videos as well for the Genius that I'm doing right now. So I do have one of those to drop tomorrow. Who is my book agent? Her name is Lauren McLeod. Um, I've never said her last name out loud. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, and I feel embarrassed. Um, but she's phenomenal. Uh, Genuinely, none of this would have happened without her, and she's been super awesome. Anyway, I gotta run. But I'll of course be back tomorrow for an update. We will have an episode tomorrow night. I think I'm actually also on the podcast tomorrow night. Um, Let me just make sure that that is the correct schedule that I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the podcast tomorrow night. I don't know um if we have like an advertisement for that out yet, but should be a fun one. Make sure you tune in. we'll watch the Wednesday episode, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped for the Friday. I'm ready to see what it is. Ready to be uh unlocked by Big Brother. All right, thank you all for hanging out. And yeah, I said it out loud, and I kind of thought that's what it would probably be, Kelly. It's like, now that I'm saying it out loud, I bet it's pronounced that way. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate all of you. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see all of you next time.